Hey guys, because the monthly Creation Space coat release is happening on Tuesday, I thought I would share some tricks for getting new coats in an easy manner. This will actually show the early coat release because I suck at the regular coat release and I don't want to miss out on any of the 100 use coats, and they go really quickly on international. Now, for those of you who don't know, VIPs can choose an a la carte perk that allows access to the new coats 12 hours before the regular coat release. And that's why you'll sometimes see golden apple coat horses in the sales with the VIP symbol over the golden apple. I did record this in August, which was last month, so that's why you'll be seeing some older coats in this that will have the new symbol on them, even though they've been out for a month. But if there are any VIP players who are new to the early release perk, I figured I'd go ahead and upload this now. That way then it'll give you a bit of a look on how the coat release works come Monday. So it's almost 6 o'clock p.m. my time on August 25th, which means it is time for the early VIP coat release. Now, if you look in the creation space, if you go to community creation space and then you look here on the third tab, the 26th of August at 6 a.m. for this is my time, this will show your local time. It says the results are displayed and the selected illustrations are published. So if you are not a VIP with the selected perk, you won't be able to access creations until tomorrow, 6 a.m. However, I have a selected VIP perk that lets me access new creations before everyone else. And then if you hover over this, it will show that the early release happens 12 hours before the regular release. So if you're a VIP with this perk selected, you'll know what time early release happens because you'll look at this time right here and then it'll just be 12 hours before this. And 12 hours before this would be 6 p.m. the day before. So August 25th at 6 p.m. So what I do is I always get my coats, my horses prepped ahead of time because there are usually some very kind players that post the coats in the retired coat gallery because the French server has their early coat release several hours before we do. So there are players that already know what coats are coming out, which ones are the limited ones, and I get this perk because I want to get the 100 use coats as quickly as possible because otherwise on international in particular, the 100 use coats go very, very quickly. So what I do, I pick out which coats I want in the retired coat gallery, the ones that they posted, and then I'll get some horses ready and like I'll actually put them, if you look right here, I do this like I get very, very like OCD about this. I really plan this out. I pick a breeding farm for it. I'll put them in there so that I can open them up. In some cases, like especially if I have multiple, say there's like 3 different riding horse coats that I want, I'm going to have 3 different riding horses going on. So I'll name each horse according to which coat I want to give it. In this case, there's just 3 different coat species this time. So it's not really a huge deal. I didn't really bother naming them. And then what I'll do, I'll open each page up. I'll go ahead, I'll select the payment method for each horse. I'm going to get rid of these old ones. Select the payment method, which for me today will be diamonds, and I'll select limited edition. Whoops, leave that selected. I'll leave popularity unchecked right now, and this is nice. Another VIP player told me this trick a while back. It's so much easier than refreshing the page. So all I have to do, I have my diamonds picked, limited edition. That will bring up the limited coats. I'll just sit here, and on one single horse, I'll just go back and forth, back and forth through popularity. I'll leave it up here because sometimes it might happen like a minute afterwards. Most of the time it's like right on time. And then I'll just watch and it'll say new when the new coats are popped up. So then you'll know that those are the new coats. So I'm just going to sit here and do this until the clock turns 6 p.m. and I can get my coats. All right, so chronology. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to choose this one. My diamonds are selected. I'm going to do the same for these. Don't even have to refresh the page. And choose that one. Choose chronology and choose that one. And there we go. Those are the 3 coats I want. There's one more. Oh, that one's really pretty. That one's not even from this release. So there you go. And as a VIP, you can only, half are available. And you can only get 1 copy of that coat right now. So like I wouldn't be able to get another copy of this coat until the regular release happens, and then I could try to get another copy. I think that's all I'm going to get for this time. I'm going to save up my diamonds for some pre-CS coats. So that's how I go about doing the VIP coat release. I know it's kind of tricky to get started. I really like the trick of setting it up with your payment method first, hitting limited edition, and then all you have to do is go back and forth. Or you could have chronology selected and then just unclick limited edition, whatever you want to do. But this is a lot easier than trying to refresh the page, because the problem if you sat here and you refresh the page is that it would refresh your payment method and then you'd have to go back and do this. But this way you can just go back and forth. You don't have to worry about missing your coat release. So this is one example of getting through the coat release in an organized manner. This one was a very tame example because there were only 3 coats that I had wanted in August, whereas in some releases there might have been like 6 or 8 coats that I had wanted, and it does get a bit stressful and hectic when you have multiple coats that you want, because you have all these tabs open. You're worried about which coat you want to put on which horse. You're trying to get the coats, you know, before they're all taken, but you don't want to accidentally click a button that then spends passes or something. So this is why I kind of like it when there's small releases like we had back in August. I'm hoping this month will be a similar small release, just it's less passes or golden apples or diamonds that you have to spend as well as, you know, less stress about that. But hopefully for those of you that this will be your first VIP early release, this gives you an idea of how that early release perk works, how you can go about doing it. And even if you actually are just a regular player or a VIP that does not have that perk selected, you can still kind of use those tips to get your horses organized, get your tabs organized, so that then you can get the coats without missing out on them. So I hope that was helpful to you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.